Good morning, everyone. It is 8:02. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra. I am First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi, and once again, we're going to be tracking pretty nice weather. A couple of very nice days, just a subtle change with our temperatures, and we still have that elevated risk for a wildfire, a little brush fire to get going. If one does, it could quickly spread. So just avoid outdoor burning. Be careful with anything with an ember or a spark. All right, we're going to be turning unsettled late week, and then we're talking about temperatures remaining near or above average. So we'll get to the unsettled stuff in a bit. Let's talk about, again, that fire weather. Elevated risk for concerns, okay? So it's low humidity, it's a gusty wind. If a fire gets going, it could quickly spread. We hope that doesn't happen. Yesterday, there were a couple of brush fires. We, again, hope that doesn't happen today. The wind gust trend along the shoreline, as you can see, as we progress through the latter part of the morning into the early afternoon, and about 20-25 miles per hour. Random higher gusts, sure, possible. Inland, the breeze a little stronger, about 25 miles per hour on average, a slightly higher gust possible as well. As we go through the afternoon, the wind's coming in from the northwest, so that means some of our milder temperatures will actually be down towards the shoreline. You see Bridgeport 73, 71 in Hartford, so upper 60s, low 70s. It will be brightening up. I know we got some clouds out there. We'll get to that timing in just a sec. So here's a look at the normals: 44. Normal low, 67 normal high. So we just kind of remember those little numbers. All right, the allergy forecast, these numbers are staying high today and tomorrow. But they start to back down Friday and even a little more on Saturday, all because of rain chances, more clouds around. So First Alert Futurecast, again, we could have a brief sprinkle down to the south through this morning, the next hour basically, of the clouds. They're going to be clearing out. Look at 9 o'clock. We're seeing brightening skies in Torrington, Danbury, Salisbury. And then by the time we get to 10 o'clock, most of the state should be enjoying sunshine. As we look ahead towards the rest of our First Alert Futurecast, getting into Thursday, that's when we'll see more clouds returning. And then at night, that's Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Notice the winds are coming up out of the south, and we have a frontal system that's going to be approaching, causing a few showers to develop overnight. Maybe a rumble of thunder. That's 2 o'clock in the morning Friday. And then, it's real hit or miss, a spot shower or two. Friday, 11 o'clock, that's where we stop it at. So, yeah, not a whole lot happening Friday. More isolated in nature. You might get a passing shower or a random thunderstorm. So tomorrow, we're going to start off cooler. So if it's, 44 in some spots, that means it's in the upper 30s in a few locations. But in terms of a big-time frost threat, that is not going to be on the high-end side. Though those typical cool spots, you got any sensitive plants, it doesn't hurt to protect them, but generally it looks like it's going to be okay in that department. Tomorrow's highs inland, upper 60s, that's normal, and low 60s, a little chillier down towards the shoreline tomorrow. The winds are going to be increasing from that southerly direction, so that's why your temperature won't be quite as mild compared to inland locations. But yeah, brightening skies as we go through the rest of today. Temperatures reaching the low 70s for the most part. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, a spot shower possible late at night. Looking good if you go to the Yargoats game today and tomorrow. Friday, an isolated, AM or PM. Yeah, it's not a big deal, not a high coverage. It's going to get a little muggier, too. You'll notice you'll be sweating a little easier going outside. Friday, rain chances, well, we're in the isolated category. It looks like we'll have plenty of time to warm up. Upper 70s to near 80 Friday inland, and then 70 at the shoreline. All right, let's take a look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. We're kind of slap in the middle of equal chances for either direction, and leaning a little drier than average, but not a strong signal beyond the 7 day. What has been producing the stronger signal has to do with our temperatures. A slightly higher chance for above normal temperatures. Remember that 44 for a low and 67 for a high. So yeah, a chance for those numbers to be a little bit above that for not only the 6 to 10 day outlook, but also the 8 to 14 day outlook. All right, we've made it to the 7 day. Let's show you what we're going to be tracking. Things get a little interesting as we approach the weekend. So today, increasing sunshine, a little breeze, elevated fire weather concerns, 71 for the high inland. Down into the low 40s tonight, some upper 30s to the north, definitely a possibility. As we look ahead towards tomorrow afternoon, a little lower, but seasonal for Thursday afternoon highs. Isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm at any point. In the morning, maybe again in the afternoon, but most of the day will be dry with highs in the upper 70s. It's muggier, so that results, if the dew points are higher, which, that muggy meter is all based on, and, well, your overnight lows are going to be milder too. So 53 to start Friday morning, 56 to start Saturday morning. Unfortunately, the shower chance connected with a storm system will be on the higher end side. Now, Sunday through Tuesday, up in the air at this point. There's been one particular model that shows low pressure lingering around. We would have to change those icons if that solution pans out, while the other model, not as unsettled. But, at this point in time, we are definitely putting that potential unsettled, because I have a feeling it might lean in that wetter direction, but we can always hope it doesn't. But nonetheless, we could use some additional rain around here. As long as we don't have freezing temperatures, then we are good, right? And here's a look at the 7-day high temperature forecast for the shoreline as well. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your day. That is your morning version of First Alert Weather Extra. Remember, we'll be doing this again tonight at 9:30. Take care.